So after my weekend of giving homeless people haircuts and saving children from drowning, and I'm not even joking, negligent parents, man, it always comes back to that. It always comes back to that. Here's an update reporting live from my Steam Deck desktop. Just for those of you who told me to get a gaming PC instead of a Steam Deck, this is what the device was meant for. I might make a whole video about my experience with the Steam Deck and who it could be useful for, but for someone like me whose hard drive was jam-packed with all the Nintendo stuff I could fit onto it, deconsolidating onto my Steam Deck was a no-brainer. Plus it allows me to make impromptu updates about Nintendo's nonsense. So anyway, Mario Builder 64, which was a ROM hack that allowed you to make your own Mario 64 levels, got taken down, and so did a bunch of Mario Wonder hacking videos that got DMCA by Nintendo. And for those who are unaware, Nintendo tends to do this before they reveal a product of their own, which the fan game might interfere with. And the funny thing is that activity like this is generally more indicative of upcoming Nintendo products than the thousands of fake direct leaks we get every week. If anyone's familiar with AM2R, which is that Metroid fan game, that got taken down right before Samus Returns came out. This kind of activity here just makes me think that a Mario Maker 3 or Mario Maker 3D might be coming sooner rather than later, but that's just mere speculation. This also gives more reason to be careful about using their music in your videos. When the Nintendo Music app was revealed, they went pretty hard on taking down music on YouTube as well. And I should reiterate that people shouldn't be surprised if their videos get copyright claimed by Nintendo for using their music in their videos. Mario Kart World soundtrack, also known as a soundtrack that I like but everyone claims that I hate, definitely makes for good background music in YouTube videos, but I hope they have a contingency plan when they get hit with a notification that their video can't be monetized. It happened in 2012 and it can happen again. This situation also lends credence to my conspiracy that Nintendo is using comment bots to defend them, because the company they hired to DMCA the Mario Builder 64 page was actually a third-party company called Tracer AI or AI Tracer. So this confirms that they're not opposed to using AI to defend their company in some capacity. In this case, it's their intellectual property. So why wouldn't they outsource to a different company to create comment bots to promote their products and deflect criticism? I've spoken about the defensive bots on the channel before, but judging from the absolute nothing comments that I see on so many explicitly pro-Nintendo videos, usually consisting of 2 to 6 words and way too many emojis, these are either bots or their children, but I don't even think they're children because the spelling's too good. Also, people rarely leave reactions like this to videos. If a video is interesting enough to comment on, then something of substance is usually said, whether it's negative or positive. You don't get great video comments on a video talking about fans creating multiple Reddit threads complaining about you. They made another one, by the way. The main caveat for simplistic comments is if you're trying to support their channel, whether you're commenting to help a friend or get a channel off the ground, or I don't know, steer the conversation to be more positive. And literal moments after I posted my video about the problem with Nintendo restocking the shelves with 20-year-old ROMs, Nintendo decides to stock the shelves with even more 20-year-old ROMs. Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are apparently going on sale for $20 each, and I think it was going to have Pokemon Home integration before it was removed from the website. I'm not sure, and I don't really care because I'm not into Pokemon. But what interests me about this news is the hacking potential if this does get Pokemon Home support, because this game might be one of the easiest games to exploit that we've seen so far, which means that the hacking issue for online is going to get even worse. But also the fact that this is a port from a second-party studio, which will carry more security measures than a third-party release, but not quite as many as a first-party release, along with being less well-engineered as a whole. Add to that the fact that this is the first emulated GBA game on Switch 2, and this looks like a prime candidate for exploits, which will lead to more widespread Switch 2 hacks. A shoddy port of a GBA game has "I'm going to crack the Switch 2" written all over it. The audacity to ask people to pre-order a GBA game in 2026 is insane. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a Twilight hack situation where people buy this game just to jailbreak their consoles or something. And as if things weren't already bad enough, Nintendo is issuing refunds for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition's poorly received Switch 2 Premium Edition upgrade. If we continue to ask for refunds, they might actually work on fixing it. Social media has been flooded with complaints about the game's improved visuals, with some fans claiming the game looked better before the Switch 2 upgrade. Some people are going to Nintendo for a refund about it. And I'd like to interject by saying that by the average Nintendo Defender's definition, these people are absolutely nitpicking, but isn't it crazy how by making this issue known, Nintendo actually did something? Like, yeah, people's gripes with the company aren't entirely unfounded, which is why we've been putting so much pressure on them, because we know they can do better. People are just letting them get away with way too much. But anyway, those are my thoughts / speculation about what happened last weekend. I had another video I was planning on posting this week, but Nintendo keeps one-upping themselves, and this is hilarious, okay? But what else can you say about this pile of straw with a camel hidden somewhere inside of it that's been the entire Switch 2's life so far? But anyways, that's all for now. I'll see you all later.